say into jail, say to yell. Man and African Jack. You wanna say you better now. It's an African Jack. People. Come together. I say the people, please unite. People, come together. People, please unite.
See the people running for protection. Hey, while looting up the town. Yeah, we the people, you need to be united and standing up for rights. We're singing,
People, come together.
come together.
I say the people,
Oh yeah,
please unite.
singing,
People, come together.
come together now.
People, please unite.
Children looking for somewhere to sleep now. Hey, but there is nowhere around. Hey, stand aside and pretend you don't see now. Oh, now, what fools play around.
People, come together.
People come together.
I say the people,
Oh,
please unite.
yeah, come on, say,
People, come together.
come together now.
People, please unite.
Open your eyes. Don't be a sheep now. Love is flowing like a stream. There's no need to fuss and fight here. Just help me sing.
People,
Oh yeah.
come together.
People, come
I say the people, please unite.
help me sing.
People,
Oh yeah.
come together.
Come together now.
People,
Yeah.
please unite.
Say it's real love, alright. I'm searching for my real love. Classic. I'm searching for my real love. Say it's real love, alright. I'm searching for my real love. No more caring, no more shutting. I don't act my foot for you, baby. No one beat and play you, my lady. No more, no more. Saturday night, hanging with my own boys. Saw this little pretty thing, smiling, got gassy. I saw the thing my homies couldn't see. So I stepped to her, introduced myself. I go by the name Luminous. I'm so dandy. My area girls them sempe. Your beauty then not dandy. This girl told me to sweat that, yeah. Oh yeah, baby, come chop my money. This your love, they told me to Dundee. Oh yeah, baby, come be my honey. Hey, na na na. It's real love, alright. I'm searching for my real love. Your beauty then and then, this girl don't need to sweat, yeah. Oh yeah, baby, come chop my money. This your love, they turn me to Dundee. Oh yeah, baby, come be my honey. Hey, na na na. It's real love, alright. I'm searching for my real love. No more caring, no more shutting. I don't act my foot for you, baby. No one be the pleasure, my lady. No more, no more. No more caring, no more shutting. I don't act my foot for you, baby. No one be the pleasure, my lady.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know I was muted all this time. My days, man. This is crazy. I didn't know I was muted. Yeah. I don't want to start the show again. I'm not going to start the show again. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. Let me start. Let me start from the top. Basically, yeah. Salute to everybody. Thank you very much, Ghost WZA. Yes, I. Yeah. Yeah. Salute to everyone. Yeah, you're back again on Steel Yasaf Samora. I am your host, Yasaf Samora, and yeah, we're looking at this whole chosen people subject. Basically, who are they? Are they Israel? Are they Yisrael? Or are they Yasharala? Yeah. Now, every time I speak with people, and especially Black Hebrew Israelites, and I mention Israel, because I always add Israel is a perverted name and it means Isis Rael. They say to me, nah, it doesn't hold weight because in times past, Israel's original name was Yasharala. Okay, so Yasharela, we have to go back to those days, basically. And okay, if their name was Yasharela, then what in effect was the language that they spoke in those days? And when we check it out, we get to find out that that language that they spoke was actually a Canaanite language. Um, Yeah. So and this Paleo Hebrew basically is got the basis in the Canaanite language, so to speak. So yeah, again, it is not authentic. It's not an authentic name, and it's not an authentic what do you call it? History. Because where are these Jews or these so-called Yasharelites or Yasharelians? I'm so sorry, man, but yeah. Where are these people that say that they were from this place called Yasharela, basically? Where are the scripts that these people wrote where Yasharela features in there? Aside from this paleo script alphabet thing, basically, and them putting words together, claiming that this, that, and the other. There's nothing else. There's no document, anything, King report, something official, basically, with this particular script on it, or even the name Yasharela. And in Africa, I mean, if we're saying that this Yasharela is coming out of Africa, then we need to ask the Africans, have they heard of the name Yasharela? And I guarantee you, they've never heard of that name Yasharela, but they sure have heard of the name Israel. Now, now again, if Yasharela was actually the name, they would have kept it. They would have kept it. What would be the point of changing it to Israel? because the Most High never named Jacob Israel. He named him Yasharala. So I don't get it. You get what I'm saying? If that's the case, if that's your stance, then you should be basically sticking with Yasharala, not Israel, basically. Because again, Israel is not what do you call it? Shouldn't be the name if we're going with originality and so on and so forth. Why would you want to change your name to adapt to a certain civilization if that's not your name? You dig? Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. It doesn't make no sense to me. But again, these are the things. Let's go and check out basically what Yasharela, or what people say Yasharela means. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure if you can see this. What I got here. Hold on. No, you can't see. Okay. Wow, my laptop is working extra slow today, man. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. I think we're getting there. Um, right. Okay. We're there. We're there now. We're there now. We're there now. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time, but we'll get there, man, for sure. So yeah, let's check out these names. Yasharela, because again, yeah, I'm I'm baffled, man. Believe. Yeah. See, okay, so 77% of people say it's Hebrew, which is fair enough. We agree with that. Definitely, we agree with that. But yeah, let's keep going. Yasharela. Where they get these names from, man, I have no idea. Yasharela. What the hell? Um, 1 second. 1 second. Wait, I pulled this up for. Yeah, okay, this is it. Right, okay. Now, these are submitted meanings, basically. We know the meaning. Um, it's basically Israel, but there's others who say there's other meanings out here. And when you check it out, some say it means prince, princess who has power with God and is of Hebrew origin. Um, the name Yasharela, yeah, again, prince, princess. Um, he who will rule with God. Um, upright power upright of the power or upright of God. Um, Israel in ancient Hebrew. Yep, we know that. Prince of the power. But the point of this is that there isn't no concrete kind of meaning for Yasharala, even though we know generally that it means Israel. There's no concrete meaning here. I mean, and the reason why I say here is because these are the same people that make up the words. If you feel what I'm saying, these are the same people that make up the words. So that's why I say there's no concrete meaning here. See that word Yasharela, there's nowhere, and even the names. Um, hold on one second. The names of these. Wait. I gotta do this properly, man. What's going on? Yeah, the names is crazy. Yo. Yeah, you gotta bear with me, man. This thing is taking, yeah, it's taking a bit. Right, okay. So let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. And take that off. Yeah, and yeah, let's go. When you look at these Hebrew names, okay, one second. Just go up. Yeah. All right, let's do it like this, man. Sure. Okay, this is behind the name. You can see the source right there. And we're not going to go through all these, but this is an alphabetical order of Hebrew names, basically. And we're going to go through them and we're going to see if these are actually African names. Hold on. Let me just check something and see if we can see on the screen. Yeah, we can. Brilliant stuff. Okay. So, yeah, let's go check it out. This first one here, I saw a Hasaurus, Acha Rosh. Hey, my African people, please, can somebody tell me if this name is African, man? If you can, if it is, just let me know in the comment section, or even after the stream, you can comment afterwards and let me know, educate me, because I might be ignorant. Yeah, Akav, which is meant to be Ahab, so we can say Akav, Ahab, Ahab. Lord of mercy. Anyway, let's carry on. Yeah. Even Adam, it does not sound African to me. there is an original name to this name. And yeah, because as you see, or then again, it could be that because we have Adam sounds familiar because yeah, that's the only name there, which means that it appears, if I'm not mistaken, in most of the languages as Adam. Yeah, yeah. Besides there, obviously, if you're writing it, then that's different. But yeah, everything appears as Adam or Adam. And then there's Adaya, Adaya, Adina, Adina. Let me just say that most of these names that the Africans have today are names that have been incorporated into our lifestyle after slavery came to us, basically. So, all some of these Christian names or these names that you probably might see here, including probably Adam, are names that were brought to us by the slave. No, excluding Adam. One or two maybe here they might have kept the same, but any which way, all these names were names that were brought to us by the slave master. None of these names were our original names. We've just adapted these names. So, I mean, Aksa, we have Ansa, but not Aksa. See, they've perverted the whole thing, but any which way. Aksa is not an African name or word or whatever. It's nothing. They made it into a meaning, basically. But then let's just keep carrying on, basically, because it gets a bit stupid. I mean, I think there's more, and wherever there is more, I would definitely bring it up and highlight it in the next stream, because I don't like to leave anything out, basically, and I will link it to this. So whenever they hear it, or whenever you hear it, you can come back to this and yeah, reference it. But yeah, uh, all of these names, I'm going through them. All of these names, even Barak, all these names are names that were brought to us, basically. Maybe Barak, no, I don't know. But yeah, they've mixed up all the names, the Fulani names, the Ashanti names, the Igbo names, the Yoruba names, the Akan name, I mean, or the Ewe names. They've mixed everything up. Egyptian names, mixed the whole shebang and given it to us right here. But yeah, let me just go down to one. I just want to highlight one in this folly language that we got basically. And that starts, this folly language starts from that Canaanite Paleo Hebrew all the way down. And I'm not saying that there wasn't a Canaanite language, but this wasn't it. Yeah. Where is this? Once I get here, then you know where I'm going, right? You should have an idea. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next page. It must be on the next page. Oh no. Oh yeah, it should be on the next page. Um, right. Yehoshua. right, is what? Joshua. Yehoshua. Joshua. Now let's go down. And no, Yehoshua is not an African name. Definitely not. Um, Now, when we come down to Yeshua, uh, go back. Okay. When we go down to Yeshua or Yeshua, you find that it is a contracted form of Yehoshua, see Joshua, used in the books of Ezra, Nehemiah in the Hebrew Bible, XYZ. But then it says the name is represented by the Greeks, Iesus, see Jesus. So what they're saying in effect is that Yeshua is another form of Yehoshua, which is Joshua. But they've incorporated it into the Greek name Iesus to get the English version Jesus, which we have in the New Testament. So again, you can see the criminal, well, the deception basically in this language that they've given to us, because no language does that. None. You should bring me a language that does, you know what I'm saying, similar, that has a similar thing. And yeah, I might say you have an argument. But other than that, nah. This is all ism and schism. Bull crap. That's what all of this is. And if you look at all these names, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Somebody please wake me up. Wake me up. Right? Someone wake me up, man. Even the Yisrael, which is the Assyrian Hebrew, basically, which is modern, the modern Hebrew. You won't find that. I wouldn't say anywhere, but you will struggle to find that name in any document. Anywhere. You will struggle to find it, but you will definitely find Israel. Now, why is that? Basically, if the name was real, basically, Yisrael. Yisrael, I mean, nobody uses the name Yisrael. I'm not saying that it's not legit because nobody uses it, but again, if it was legit, then we would have documentation and, you know, scripts and so on and so forth with Yisrael or Yasharala, where we can see for ourselves the same way we can see the name Israel. Where if you look, even if you look at names, like for instance, excuse me, let me just do this. Okay, see, you have Yehoram, basically, Hebrew form of Jehoram, basically. So you will have it like that. You get what I'm saying? But there's nowhere basically where I mean, Yishai is the Hebrew form of Jesse. Yo, man, come on, stop that. Everything is either Ye or would you call it? Yeah, Ye or Ya, Ye or Ya, Ya Ye, Ya. Okay, so if Yasharela basically is the first form, and Yisrael is the second form, and Israel is the last, then Yisrael and Israel are the same. I mean, it's the same thing. Yisrael, Israel, and then Yasharela. So Hey, I think they're all the same deviant forms or the same folly forms of each other, basically. So they're one and the same. They're all the same folly thing, wherever way you look at it, Israel, Yasharala, what have you, but it all encompasses Baal, which is um, Isis, Ra, and El. Now, I want to also say that the Egyptian history, in my opinion, has also been very severely butchered and perverted. I don't believe that the Egyptian history is what it is. I mean, yeah, they've taken the good, I mean, everything that's good for themselves, and then they've demonized it basically, and then put it there so that we don't claim it. And that's what I believe is going on, because the stuff that they've put there that they say the Egyptians were doing, nah, that's not an African trait. I mean, we have to look at traits basically and characters, traits of characters and peoples. So when they say, oh, the Ghanaians sold slaves, okay, fine. You think Ghanaians sold slaves because one chief went up there and said, hey, we're sorry for selling slaves because they gave him money. This chief wasn't the official governmental representative or even from our, what do you call it, our throne, the throne of the accounts, basically. No representative from there, the chief, the actual Otumfuo, the king. Nah, there was no representative from that side of town. This was a small time chief or a small time in a small of a small village who said those things. But again, it, Ashantis never sold slaves, because if you look at the character of the Ashantis, we don't sell people. Um, and if you look at us today, we still don't do that. It's not our character. So that narrative is false. And yeah, we can honestly say, yeah, it's a false narrative. Sorry. Um, yeah, we can honestly say it's a false narrative. Again, it's all about characters. So when you look at the Egyptians there today are obviously not the Egyptians. Whoever the Egyptians are, they're amalgamated into the African culture or the African continent, basically, and also spread over into the diaspora. But again, when you look at even most of the people of Africa, that's not our character, basically. Because again, I'm going to say, just like I said on my last stream, if you want to know who sold slaves back in those days, then you have to research who is doing the slave selling today, basically, because it's a characteristic thing. It's in their character. It's in their character, so to speak. So you have to look at that, and yeah, it will tell you. It's not just, oh, it's a history. This people did this and that's it. No, we have to look back at how the people are moving today, because it's in their genes, it's in their DNA. If that's how they are, then that's how they are. It will follow them from start to finish, so to speak. So yeah, I feel that the Egyptian history has severely been perversed and or perverted, and I think that there is a, would you call it, um what can I call it again, Give me 1 second, Ayala. I'll put the link in the chat for in a second because I'm done here. I was gonna add one or two things, but yeah. Um, 1 second. Let me just say, yeah. So it's all about character and the characters of people. So again, if you feel that there's people out there, if somebody says something or history says something about you, you have to look at the people and their character, and then you go do some history on the people before you make up your mind what is truth. Because again, everything they've given to us is lies, and if you take everything on face value, then you're gonna be fucked. Yeah, you're gonna be fucked. So yeah, man. Yeah, we got to do our research and not follow what people are saying because it feels good. Um, Yasharala, Yashua, all of this, yeah, and why, and all of these things, basically. That's not African. Africans don't do that, man. We don't do that. Like you see, we have the days of the week and we have names after those. And yeah, others are of incidences, and because we're practical people, very practical people. So when people say you need a book, nah, you don't need a book because we're practical. Practical means that we're using our head and we're using our hands, basically. Everything that we can, would you call it, use to our advantage is what we do. We use that and we connect with the earth, nature, basically. We're very, very, or we're very, very, would you call it, nature people in terms of like what we ate. Um, we ate meat, but a lot of fruit, nuts, and stuff like that. Um, it was because we got run into the jungle that we've picked up various what do you call it, eating habits and stuff like that. And so, and also because the system is trying to demonize the real or original people. So they say, hey, we're in the jungle with monkeys, we eat this, we eat that, and all that. Yeah, yeah, and so and all that good, well, all that ism and schism, should I say? And so, yeah, we got to look. We got to filter past that. I mean, I know there was times when I was in that mode where, hey, a man was taking everything that there was feeding to us, but that was yesterday. Today is a different day. So I'm glad for today. That's why they say, hey, tomorrow is another day because tomorrow you're another person. You grow every day. You're not the same person that you was yesterday or even 2 hours ago. So yeah, I mean, look, nobody can hold you in contempt of anything because it's a learning process for everyone, each and every one of us. Um, we have to learn and understand each other, basically, and our environment, i.e., our sense of logic, our touch, smell, reason, these type of things. We have to get back to these type of things instead of being always fed, so to speak, like what the pastor does, basically stand on the pulpit and then just and then you go home and yeah, you come back and it's the same thing again. And then he's picking your pocket at the same time while you why he's doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And then you go home and it's like, yo, but listen, there's going to be a time all this is going to come to an end because there's only so much that a person can take and so much a person can do. You can cry to only so much. You can cry to something, and when you're not getting results, eventually you're gonna give up and say, "Yo, nah, man, we're not doing this no more." And that time, I think, is real soon. Believe me, I can feel that because back home, I see that my people are waking up in terms of this churchism and schism and Christianity and Jesus and all of this ism. People are waking up, and 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, it would be unthinkable that people would be against Jesus. Say, yo, you're the devil himself. You get me? So, yeah, it's a progress, and I see that. So for me, it's like, yo, the time is very soon. It's coming, basically. And Africa is where it's going to start because that is where Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and all these kind of Abrahamic religions are, and even with this Egyptian religion, basically Egyptology, it's a very perverted, would you call it? Yeah, a very perverted doctrine in which they've given us, but we know that there is the real. Basically, they've perverted the whole ism and schism. Egypt is not the Egypt. They've made Egypt the villain, basically, and yeah, they're battering Egypt like, yeah, Egypt was some kind of perverse society and civilization and all that. I don't feel so. I really don't. Um, yeah, because this same perverse civilization gave us a whole lot of things that we use today. Go figure that one out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel that it was perverted because they wanted to usher in this civilization that we have now, hence which started off with the Greeks, basically. So yeah, that's what I feel. And then the Paleo Hebrew went through to the what do you call it? Canaanites, basically. Went through to the Canaanites, and then yeah, it became he went through the Assyrian, and then now we call it modern Hebrew. So imagine if it's Hebrew, why is it Canaanite and Assyrian? Where is the actual Judean scripts or the Kingdom of Israel scripts? Where are these scripts? We don't see none of that. Where are the writings? These civilizations have, or these kingdoms have writings themselves. Of course they did, but they've I mean, look at what they've done to the hieroglyphs, basically, the Egyptian writings. I believe that this paleo is a perverted form of that. The Egyptian writings made it up, gave it meanings, so we can have this Assyrian ism and schism. Or it could be that it was a writing, but they just added, like they do with the Bible. It's the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. There's nothing new, like they say. So yeah, yeah. To me, that's loud and clear to me. Basically, I mean, you can disagree if you want, but I'm not gonna sleep with you. That's a fact. I'm not gonna sleep with you. Um, yeah, you can keep sleeping because I know one day you're gonna wake up, and when you do, I'll be here. But in the meantime, yo, I'm walking past. Believe I'm trying to wake you, but if you don't, then yo, I'm walking past and moving on. Because yeah, we need what you call we need. I don't want to use the word soldiers, but we just need people who connect, basically, who have that earthly connection, that natural connection, whereby you're kind of like water, your light. as a feather, but heavy as lead. Yeah, believe faster than a speeding bullet. Yeah, that's how your spirit is, basically calm. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, reflective thinking, and also the foods that also they give us. Also, I get all of that, but we have to do what we can basically to avoid certain pitfalls that they've placed in front of us, or to minimize it if that's yeah, if yeah, that's, I want to say it like that, yeah, minimize it, because I know it's very difficult to avoid it, so to speak, especially if you're in the diaspora. I mean, back home, yes, you can avoid it because you have the land, you can grow stuff. You understand, in your back garden, everybody grows stuff in their back garden and stuff like that. We got to utilize it more in Africa, because the food that you have over there, my days, man, is yeah, yeah, it's gold over here. We have plastic stuff over here. I know you got the plastic food over there too, but if you have a, if you have a choice, so to speak, where you can grow stuff for yourself, basically, and yeah, eat what you've been blessed with, basically, because Chidiampon Kwame blesses everyone who draws closer to him in terms of with the ground. When you draw closer to Chidiampon Kwame, it's the elements. You go back to growing your food, the sun. You get what I'm saying? You just draw on the elements, basically. Everything is elements. And yeah, that's how we used to live, basically, and guiding the animals and doing what they have to do for us, basically, and building slowly, basically, a civilization based on Chidiampon Kwame, our life giver. Yes, and supreme deity. So yes, these are the things that we basically need to do, um, to get ourselves back to that original state. But there's a video here. I'm gonna play this clip quickly before I drop the link down. I'm gonna play this clip and expand on it quickly. It won't take 2 minutes, and then yeah, I'll put the link down. Whoever wants to come up, please do come up. Where is this video? Yeah, it's a 2-second video, so bear with me. I hope you can see it. Let me just see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So hold on. All right, so let's go.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct.
Right. So you just heard the late president of the United States, George Bush, and he's talking about the New World Order. I just played that little clip there. So if you want, you can go and get the clip and watch it, basically. But he mentioned one thing that was very important when he was speaking about the New World Order. He said basically that we're entering into a time where there's going to be law, basically, but not the law of the jungle. Now, you go ask yourself one question. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Not the law of the jungle. I mean, he's making a speech. He's telling us that there's going to be a new order coming in. But I mean, prior to that, we wasn't even. I mean, what world should I say we was in? It certainly wasn't the law of the jungle, basically. So why the need to say the law of the jungle? I'll tell you my opinion. I'm not saying that this is what he meant, but for my opinion and picking words, I'll break it down. Now, when he said jungle, law of the jungle, well, I think he means or he meant was in times past, the people who lived in the jungle made the law. They had the law, basically. And who are the people that live in the jungle? The Africans, the sub-Saharan Africans. These are the people who made the rules, the Egyptians, the Edomites. Yes, these are the people that made the rules. That's why the Edomites had the princes and the chiefs and the kings, and hence why the Egyptians knew them, the word seer, as prince, or they knew them as princes and princesses and kings. They had a great respect for the Edomites, unlike what they put in history, saying they were robbers and this and that, and Iberians and XYZ were robbers. Nah, that's bull crap. Yeah, that's why there's a connection between Edom and Egypt. Yeah, but coming back to the jungle, basically, yeah, we was in the. I mean, the sub-Saharan African is the one in the jungle. So what he was referring to is that the old law by the people who are now in the jungle is done, and now a new law is coming in. Basically, is what he's trying to say, but not in so much words. So yeah, it just proves to you that the Africans are the original people whom ruled the world in times past and have fallen down from their higher state and fallen down so low that we had to run into the jungle and make the jungle our home. And not only that, we can't even govern ourselves, basically, in that sense. So yeah, this is how low we fell, basically. So yeah, right now I'm gonna drop the link. Hold on, and whoever wants to come up, please do come up. Hold on. I gotta get a better computer than this, man, because this link, I always struggle to drop it, man. I don't know why that is. I nearly had it and I lost it. Some patience, please, patience, please. This stream has messed up a lot. It's not a very fluent stream, but hey, we're not gonna cry about that because things happen. So long as you can get to watch it and get what you need out of it, then that's the main thing. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting there. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, so the link is in the chat. Whoever wants to come on up, please come on up. Let's have a conversation. If not, then yeah, man. You know the slogan, on to the next. Always on to the next, man. Yeah, it never stops. But yeah, I'll wait for a bit, basically. But let me just recap while I'm waiting. Yeah, we're talking about Yasharala, and is it the name of Israel, or is it Yisrael, or is it Israel? Well, we've proven, not proven, but we've shown so far that nah, it's all the same thing. It's all the same game. Whether it's Yasharala, whether it's Yisrael, whether it's Israel, it's all the same game. So yeah, again, you need to get your research done, and yeah, understand and overstand that ISIS Ra'el is in there basically. Is part of Yisrael and it's part of Yasharala. Um, yeah, we went through all the names. These are not African names. Yasharala is not an African name. Um, we don't find Yasharala in no scripts um, that we know of, that we can see, like we do see the word Israel. We can't even find Yisrael, let alone Yasharala, basically. So, yeah, I mean, when people say Israel, that's what they mean, Israel. Unless you can prove to me that in the days of Canaan, I mean, we have Canaan today, basically, and Canaan was from those days. So why don't we have Yasharela if we have Canaan? I mean, yeah, it's a fair enough question to ask. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we do that? Why don't we have that, basically? For me, I just think it's a whole lot of lies that they're giving us, basically. Um, I just don't think that these things are hard to decipher when you really go into it and you use your spiritual kingly, divinely essence to break things down. When you empty yourself and become like water, like air, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and just, um, break things down. You understand what I'm saying? Then you basically get the gist of what's going down. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. One sec. Yeah, you would understand. It won't be too hard for you to get, basically. It would be easy for you to grasp. But if you look at things with emotion, then it's gonna kind of feed into your ego, and then you're gonna have a lot of setbacks or kickbacks to the information that you've received, and then it will turn out that you're deceiving yourself. And like I said in the last stream, let everybody lie to you, but one thing you should not do is lie to yourself. And with that, I have a guest here, the great I am, the Ayala, the one and only, my general. Go on and introduce yourself, and yeah, say what you got to say. Yes, I. Good to see you, man. Ayala, are you there? Okay, he's not there yet. So yeah, let's carry on. Hey, Battle Axe, where's Battle Axe? Battle Axe, where you at, man? Come on in, man. Basically, let's have a conversation because, again, like I was saying, let people lie to you. I'm not saying let them, but people will lie. Okay, let me rephrase it then. People will lie to you, but don't lie to yourself. That's what I mean when I say let people lie to you. I don't mean to say take it as in let people lie to you. No. Yeah, people will lie to you, but the one thing you don't do is lie to yourself. So yeah, that is an important marker to put down basically when you're actually in this would you call it in this truth basically. Yeah, So yeah, man. I mean, again, all I'm gonna say right now is that yeah, we gotta be truthful to ourselves, and when we see things that is truth, the only way you can grow is by accepting it and then dissecting it, and then once you do that, you see that you become light as a feather. Because why? There, okay, words are spells, and sometimes people can say something and it will knock you off. Your spirit, your whole spirit will be off with one word, basically. And this is why I say that we have to dissect it, basically, and yeah, make sure that we empty ourselves because these words
Oh, yeah.
are here to trick you. Yes, Ayala, are you here? Yo, 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 you there?
You there?
I can't hear you. You there? You gotta sort out your mic, man.
Go back.
I think your mic's bad, man, or is it mine? Because all right, let me close some of these things here. It could be that. 1 second, 1 second. Yeah. Okay, say something now. Okay, we still can't hear you, man. Okay. Yes, I. You there?
All right,
You-
you can hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yes, I. So yeah, man, welcome to the stream. Yeah, whatever you want to talk about, introduce yourself and yeah, man, go ahead and say what's on your mind. Yeah. Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me. Okay, so yeah, again, like I'm saying, yeah, it is what it is in that sense. Yo, we have to be truthful to ourselves is the key. And we know that everything that we've been given from the jump is lies. So once you know that, then that means whether we like it or not, even if they say A, we go investigate what A is. You get what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. If they say B, we have to investigate what B is. We can't just take things on face value, basically. We have to look deep into it, basically, because we don't want to be misled. And that's the worst thing I feel when you've been misled. That is the worst feeling ever, especially when you find out that you've been deceived. You get what I'm saying? It's not a nice feeling. So it's on us, whether we like it or not. We can't be lazy. We have to look into everything if we value our liberty and we want to spiritually start rising as a people, as a nation. These are the things that we need to be doing, basically. I'm trying to see if Ayala will come back in. I know he's having problems with his mic. So I'm gonna wait for him and see for a little bit and see if he pop back in. But yeah, Battle I'm shouting you out again. My homeboy Battle I know Ayala's here, the great I am. Yeah, Battle come on up, man. Yeah. Where you at, Battle Axe? Ghost, if you Ghost, you can come up too, if you want to. If you're always welcome to come up and share whatever you have on your mind. Please do that, man. Yeah, because I know you said you got some stuff coming up, and I want you to have a presentation and come up and do a presentation and share all what you kind of basically have found out, because it's interesting stuff. I know what you sent me, and yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, very interesting stuff, basically. So, yeah, come up if you wanna. Even at least come up and introduce yourself, and at least say hello, And then when the time comes for you to do that presentation, at least people are familiar with you. I mean, they're familiar with you in the chat. I know that, but at least they're familiar with you out here. You don't have to turn your camera on either. Just come on in. I know who you are. So yeah, if you want to do that. And yeah, let's vibe. But yeah, man, it's time we break ourselves out of the book, because we didn't need a book in those times. It's like when you're in Africa and you're growing up, and the women will teach the women how to become women. So the women are always with the women, basically doing learning stuff, how to become a woman, how to look after a man, what I'm saying, how to look after the home and stuff like that, basically. And then the guys are with the guys, basically, or out on the street trying to learn something, basically. But we was out there, what I'm saying, under people learning. Our dad, if he, whoever your dad was, if he had a skill, he's teaching you the skill whereby you can bring it up, basically, and become, following his footsteps, type of thing, basically. All of these things. I mean, there was no book. They didn't give you no book to say, hey, you need this book to kind of, what I mean, learn how to become a hunter, or learn how to, what do you call it? Fish. You dig? It's only in the West that they give you a book for everything. A book for how to sneeze, a book for how to walk, a book for how to this, a book for that, a book for this, a book for that. So when you speak with people and you say to them, the Bible is not accurate. It's a I mean, there's truth in it, but I don't want to say it's a whole lot of ism and schism, because the Old Testament has truth in it. The New Testament is a boil of toilet, is toilet water. But any which way, when you speak with them, what I'm saying, you say to them, nah, the Bible's not the book. They say to you, okay, so then what then? What book? What book do we are we what book do we need? Yo, have you forgotten your head? That's a book. It's a black book, but it's a book. And yeah, you can fit it with things, when you connect with with the earth, and you do things, earthly things, then you can fill your head with the book. I mean, with you can fill the book with something, because yeah, it's a book. You put stuff in it, and then you go back and you reference it. So people say, "Yo, we don't have a book because we've been indoctrinated to rely on books, to rely on what somebody else is telling you." You dig? That's how we've been trained. You go to school, they sit you down at a desk, they tell you one, you repeat back one, two, two, three, three. What's the other one? Shianana. Sorry. Yeah. Like a robot is what I'm saying. You go and sit there and you learn it, what somebody is telling you, never what you are actually learning for yourself in terms of your environment, I mean, you learn that, but that's not the full-time learning. The full-time learning is being told how to be. And that to me is believe we're not like that naturally. We're not like that as a people. What we are as a people is practical. So yeah, if we want something, we have to start thinking, how can we do that? How can we make it, And then yeah, we find a way to do it, and then boom, we go and do it. We don't need a book, basically. Instructions. See, that's instructions is everywhere. Everywhere you turn, you go instructions, instructions, instructions. And this is how we live. And we're kind of happy with that. Even to the point that even in your own life, you've been instructed. Do this, do that, say this, say that, basically. Oh, God is genderless. God is this, God is that. Well, I tell you one thing which I do agree on when people say, listen, your mother and your father brought you here. So that's what people say. They are your God, basically. No, they're not your God. But what they are your God, your guardians. So therefore, everything that they tell you basically is what it's like, yeah, you could say a God in a sense because they're teaching you and telling you things, but it's not your supreme deity, so to speak, but they are over you. You see, they're over you. So again, yeah, they teach you what they've gone through basically, and then their parents taught them, and this is how we navigate the world, the earth, through the knowledge of the first one, which is trickled down all the way down to us. Hence why we know that we have to circumcise. We have to do all these things because our supreme deity has lined these things up for us. Through nature, basically. Through nature. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, the Egyptians and the Edomites, they're the ones who had the knowledge, basically. And since obviously both have been run out of their lands, where did they run to? The jungle. Hence why George Bush is saying not the rule of the jungle no more. Seeing there's a connection everywhere. And when you connect the dots, everything basically makes sense. And so I still stand on the fact that we, the Africans, sub-Saharan Africans, are Edomites. Not all of us, but predominantly are Edomites and Egyptians. Yeah, these are the people that run into the jungle. And so, therefore, these are the people that are going to rise back up again. And we, or should I say, Africans in Africa, have to start rising up and remembering what our ancestors used to do. Who did they rely on? Who is Tridiampon Kwame? Because again, there's many gods out there, and they're all pretty. much known. I'm sure if you type in the Igbo god, probably you might see him. I'm not saying you will. If you type in the gods, other gods, you will see them of Africa. You will see them in Google. But if you type in the Ashanti god, you won't see it. Because why? They're trying to hide it. The original god and the original people. They're trying to hide them, basically. And that's why you wouldn't see only in Ghana and in Africa, if they know, even in Africa, if they know. But predominantly in Ghana alone will you find our God, our supreme deity, Tridiampon Kwame. And that's because they're trying to hide him. But he can't be hidden because we, the people, the Edomites from Adam, were here. Yes, Ayala, the great I am. I hope your mic is working this time. Good to see you. Introduce yourself. And yeah, man, say what's on your mind, man. Believe. Let us know what you're thinking. Are you there? Are you there? Ayala? Can you hear me? It seems like your mic is still. I don't think it's on this side because I've closed everything. So yeah, I don't believe it's on this side. Yeah, his mic is not doing very well at all. I'm not sure. Hold on. So yeah, again, I'm gonna try and hold the show down till Ayala comes because I know he's trying to get on. I don't want to close it, and yeah, he doesn't get to say his piece. So yeah, man. Yeah, I apologize in the beginning for the mic situation. I didn't know my mic was on mute, and so for the first 2 minutes or so, you probably couldn't hear me. But then after that, yeah, it was business as usual. So yeah, we just continuing to break down this what do you call it, deception of Israel and what do you call it, Israel and Yisrael and Yasharala, basically. Yeah, our brothers, we don't want to go back to what is ours, and we're still clinging on for dear life with this Yasharala, yeah, Yeshua thing. Yeah, it's not a good look because if you're from the chosen and you're a black man and you say you value who you are, you value your people, you value yourself, then you gotta value everything. The core foundation of you shouldn't be something else. It has to be you from top to bottom. And when we check it out, it's not, because the core is doctrines of others. So therefore, it makes you from another culture, or you might look black, but hey, your core values are white. And that's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. It has to reflect, i.e., yo, I'm not talking about dress sense. or anything like that. Yeah, we're in the modern world, but I mean your core. And what do I mean by that? Again, also, I'm not saying, oh, don't go and spend your money here and there and all. I'm not talking those extremes. What I'm saying basically is your core should be reflect you, i.e., yeah, you. And if your core is not coming from you, then who are you? You're somebody else, is what I'm saying. So we have to embrace everything that's ours. And that's what we don't do because of this slavery and this manipulation of information that has made us kind of hate ourselves. So when you say Tridiampon Kwame, everybody's like, who's that? Yo, yeah, who's that? Because we've neglected that and we've jumped on somebody else's ism. But yet, like I said, if you go to Africa in any tongue and ask them, what is the name for Jesus, they will tell you Yesu. Yesu is not an African name or language. Yesu is Greek. But we have a name for our supreme deity, the Most High, the Creator, which we call Tridiampon Kwame. But there's going to be a time, and that time is soon, where everyone, and I'm talking diaspora too, because look, anyway, I'm coming to that. Everyone is going to turn back to their supreme deity. Not turn back, cry back to their supreme deity. Why is that? Because this Christianity thing, like I said previously, Islam, whatever, has not served us. And it brings confusion. So we're going to throw that away and go back to what we know, what our ancestors used to do, basically, what we should have done in the first place. And then we're going to know. And then we're going to know, basically, the real deal. Sure, this thing is hurt. Yeah, and then we're going to know the real deal. So, yeah, the diaspora, when you get here and you speak to those who are of American, Jamaica, or West Indian descent, and so on and so forth. Not so much to the West Indian descent, but more so of the American descent. When you ask them, where are you from? Where are your people from? They don't know. And they're not asking. I mean, again, people do know. I feel that people know. Excuse me, people know where they come from, but yeah, they're just not digging deeper enough, basically. I mean, I'm not saying go to DNA, what do you call it, .com or DNA places and stuff like that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Through your own family, people who are alive, distant cousin. It doesn't have to be immediate, it could be distant. But you have an idea of where you're from and you're going to call back to our supreme deity when you find out where you're from. See? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, man, we have to start looking back to what is ours and not shriek back from it, basically, because it is ours. And we were the originals, basically. We ruled the first world. So again, yo, I'm just hoping that sooner than later, this happens. I know it's going to happen first in Africa before, because everything prior to this happened in the diaspora first, and it trickles down to Africa. But this time, I feel that it's going to happen the other way around, where Africans start waking up and returning to their supreme deity, and the diaspora following suit. And this is where everybody is going to return back to where they come from, basically. And this is according to this Bible narrative. I mean, there's truth in there, but we're not so sleeping on that truth, so to speak, because Chidian Kwame would navigate things naturally for us when the time comes, because we do not follow books, we follow our spirit. And so Chidian Kwame will move our spirit to whatever we need to be doing when the time comes. But the most important thing is to know, first and foremost, who you are in this place, in this time, and who your people are, who you belong to. Which group do you belong is the question in this time. Because this is the time where everybody needs to know. Everybody's going to know whether you like it or not. I mean, because the lies have been so much. A lot of people have lost their lives over these lies, basically, and still losing their lives. So, yeah, there's an end to everything. And if there's an end to everything, I believe the end is coming, basically. It's got to be, because we see what's happening around us. Some say it's a shift to again, another new world, the new order, the new world order. And some say it's the end, actually, of this system, as in the system of the West. Whatever it is, we're going to see. But I know that Chidiampong Kwame is going to restore his people to where they was when the time comes. Because why? It's energy, it's spirit. And right now, you can see that the spirit of the chosen is returning. How is it returning? First with information, and then, yeah, elevation. First information, then elevation. So I just want to say to my brothers and sisters out there to keep searching, but not with emotion. Search like you're an open canvas, and then add things to it as you go along, basically. And yeah, you will find that it's quite simple in the way in which they formulated all these lies, and the way in which they keep finding stuff to keep this life alive. But everything can't stand forever. And so all praise to Chidiampong Kwame, the supreme deity of our ancestors, creator of all things, and the one who guided us with knowledge and wisdom, basically, or praise to you, Chidian Kwame. Yes, I. Now, again, like I said, I personally will give all my praise every day, any day, all day to the God of my, or to the supreme deity of my ancestors, rather than to another, or to the ancestors, the supreme deity of another's ancestors. And that is who the God of Israel is. He's not the supreme deity of our ancestors. And he is not the supreme deity of the chosen. The book itself says it. Jacob is a deceiver and a supplanter. He deceived his brother and his father. He supplanted his brother by saying that his seeds are the chosen, when he wasn't. He deceived us by saying that he fought with God, or with his God. So if you fought with your God and you're coming up against your brother, whom you ran away from in the first place, you encountered your God, grappled with him, whether it's in a dream or in reality, you grappled with him. And then he changed your name after. But even that, he changed your name to Israel. But after grappling with the Most High and finding out that you survived, and not only did you survive, you had all your bits, okay, you had your back, but the Most High straightened it for you. So you're all in one piece. You must have energy. Your spiritual levels must be high. You must be unstoppable, because you just not only met your God, but you fought with him. But yet when you went to see your brother, you were scared shitless. You had to send people to go first. Yo, stop this, man. Yo, you had to send people to go first to see if he was actually scared. I mean, if he was actually still angry with you. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look, it's right there, truth in plain sight. You can take it or leave it. It's as simple as that. But again, they said eventually people are going to be in everlasting shame. Some are going to be resurrected to everlasting shame, apparently. But I know there's going to be shame because of this. There has to be. I mean, there's ignorance and there's being subordinate, stubborn. Look in the mirror and tell me if you belong in today's Israel. Look in the mirror. If you belong in yesterday's Israel. Because there was no yesterday's Israel. There was only Jacob and his kin. Yakubu, I don't know, but Jacob, whatever, basically. That's all there is, Jacob. the deceiver. All the rest is called add-ons. Excuse me. It's called add-ons, man. They added them on, man, and dressed it up nicely so that, yeah, people can dance around with that and say, yeah, Israel, Israel, Israel. But now we know that Israel is some fake shit, and it just breaks down to Isis, Ra, and El. And Yisrael is just a variant of it. Yasharala, again, the same, basically. They all go back to Baal, Baal, Baal. Yeah, that's where it all goes back down to, basically. Baal worship. Yeah. And so, yeah, man. And Dagon worship, fish worship, and all these things. They all go back. That's why you hear the yeah, and all these things. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we have Yah, but again, like I said, these people get a hold of our things and they pervert it, basically, and try to direct it to their God, basically, because they have no literature. They have no civilization that, aside for the Greek, basically. So they can't really claim anything right now. So what do? They have to jump on or pinch things all around to form up their civilization. So yeah, it is what it is. It's fake. That's what it is, man. It's fake. So yes, we need to get back, black people, to what is ours, and be proud of what is ours. Just like the Chinese who do the Chinese, what I'm saying, the food, they take it everywhere with them. The Indians do the same. The Turkish, the Koreans, they have, everything that's theirs, they take it with them. They're proud of it. So we got to be proud of ours and take it everywhere with us, because that's who we are, basically. And until we do that, we cannot shine. Our spirit cannot shine in front of others, because why? You've demoted yourself, you've downgraded yourself, you've degraded yourself, because you've taken a part of yourself that's you and thrown it or pushed it aside and put it in place somebody else's. So you're a hybrid in thinking, hybrid in nature. Yeah. Essentially, that's what you are, a hybrid, a mix up. Too much mix up. That's why people like mix up, because that's what the DNA is. Mix up. Well, I would say DNA, but that's what the character is. Mix up. See? Now, hey, listen, I speak truth, man. I'm on the side of truth. I'm not on this one side. I'm not even on our side. I'm not even on the black man's side. I'm on the side of truth. And no, let me rephrase that. I'm on the black man's side, but I'm on the side of truth. And if truth sides with the black man, so be it. If it sides with the white man, so be it. If it sides with the yellow man, so be it. If it sides with the red man, so be it. But I'm still a black man with my ways. And I'm going to stick with my ways because those ways suit me. You can't adapt things. That's why these roads and stuff like that, it's not going to work for us. All it's going to do is going to downgrade us spiritually because we're cutting down nature and putting concrete and dust in its place. This is why we're not going to flourish spiritually. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It might look good from the top. You can put a camera and fly it around. Yeah, it might look good from the top. You got your highways and byways and sideways and all ways. You got all these ways, basically. You got all these buildings, sky rises and high rises and tall rises, and all of them. They're all out there, man. But your soul is disconnected from the earth. So you're walking around like a zombie. It's like just walking around. You can't process anything natural because you've taken away nature. That's not good. We've got to stay with nature. Is it? See, nature. Let me come out the way. A little bit. In this concrete jungle, nature. You see it there. Even indoors. We got to connect back to nature. Is it? And use the natural stuff. I mean, I know everything is being perverted. There's no natural foods out there. But hey, we can do our best, sorry. And yeah, like I said, we're in the age of information. So yeah, man, all you do is and it's right there. Whereas back in the day, damn, you have to ask a whole lot of people. You might have to make some long distance phone calls or telegraph. If you remember that. Telegraph and all these things. Yeah. And yeah, in some places they had stuff in the newspaper, some corners where they give you breakdowns of certain shit and stuff like that. Yeah. But these are little kind of avenues where in those days you had to kind of like, and obviously your libraries and so on and so forth. But more so, yeah, aside from the libraries, the general, places, little places where you can find information, you go for it. But today it's just there. You just and it's right there in front of you. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on too long. Yeah, there's no sources for this because again, it is straightforward. It's all the same thing. The Yasharala, the Yisrael, Israel. We all know that it's mixed up in the Bahal, the Dagon, the Ra, the El, the ISIS, and all of these things. It's all mixed up in there. So yeah, you don't want to be part of the children of El, because that's who they are, the children of Isis, Ra, and El. That's what they call them. You want to be an Edomite. You want to be kingly. You know what I'm saying? If you're a young man, you want to be a prince. If you're a young lady, you want to be a princess. If you're a woman, you want to be an empress. You know what I'm saying? You want to be what's the word? Not queen. I'm not looking for queen. Queen is a perverted word. But yeah, you be an empress next to the king. You see, and yeah, you be, you know, on the royal throne. That's how we do the Edomites, and yeah, we run with the Egyptians because that's why we always pass through there. Every time there was some kind of whatever, we'll pass through Egypt, and this is what my ancestors told us. And so, yeah, I'm more likely to believe my ancestors than some book that some dude wrote, basically, about my ancestors. See? Right. So, yeah, this is where the self love comes into it. They'll come to me and talk to me about you love yourself, and then you're following Christianity and Islam and Judaism and Hebrewism and all of this ism and schism, everything but the supreme deity of your ancestors. And I don't want nobody to say to me again, you worship your ancestors. Yo, get the hell out of here. Nobody's worshiping no man. See, nobody's worshiping no man. We're worshiping the supreme deity of our ancestors. That's why we pour libation. We acknowledge our ancestors. You see, we don't do things by just like that. You get what I'm saying? Everything is got a pattern to it, and the ancestors paved the way. That's why we remember them. We pour libation on the ground, and we remember our ancestors and the supreme deity of our ancestors, because he led our ancestors the way that he did, and taught our ancestors to live in the way that we live. And so that's why we pour a libation of thanksgiving always to our supreme deity, Tridiampon Kwame, creator of all things. Because we were the first, the original, the red soil beings, the reddish hue beings, the Edomites, Adamites, Edomites. See? And that's what basically is what's up. The real deal, Holyfield. The real deal, Holyfield. Yeah, that's what we on over here. Still, Yasef Samora. The real deal, Holyfield is what you're gonna get. So yeah, man. Listen, this is it, man. Let's keep building. Always on to the next. Wait, always on to the next. But yeah, let's keep building and get this information into our head that everything that they've given us is lies. And so, we have to be aware of that whenever we're looking into things. And also, if we believe that we love ourselves, then we're going to subscribe to everything that's us. Just like the late, great Thomas Sankara, Peter Tosh told us or taught us as well. See, these are ancestors, and they said the right thing. See? Kwame Nkrumah, Samora Machel. See? These are people, our ancestors, and they were saying exactly the same thing. Go back to your roots, brother man, sister woman. Let's walk back to our roots. And you'll find, even in the diaspora in America, when they embraced their roots, which is in the 60s and 50s and 60s, look at the unity that happened out of that. They even had their own currency, their own system, Black Wall Street, and so on. Basically, England over here also, there was a unity out here. Basically, we didn't have the Black Wall Street own setup, but it was near enough because we had our own areas and stuff over here where it was majority Black, basically. So yes, when you do embrace your roots, the history is there. We unite more. You can go back and look at it. Don't believe me. Go back and look at it for yourself, because that's what I want you to do. Don't take my word for it. I don't want you to take anything that I'm saying. Nothing. But go and look for yourself. You owe yourself that at the very least. Hey, listen, party. Have fun. Do all the things that are pleasurable and will bring you money. But at the end of it all, the foundation means you have to look for yourself, go back to your roots. And if you're in your roots, that will help you while you're spreading yourself all around the world, basically, because you're coming with your authentic self, basically. So whoever's going to take you is going to take you for you. Wholly. Not partly. Wholly. You. And this is where they start learning from you. Because what you've got, they've already seen it because it's theirs. They gave it to you. But when you become you, you're showing them something different. And this is the elevation. This is why we were united. This is why it was easier for us to unite, because how do you unite? How do you get on with somebody? It's a connection. You have to feel something, like vibration. You have to feel something. Something has to connect you, basically. And what connected us was our roots. And that's why we came so far. But it was just an example to us. You see, Tridiampon Kwame gives us examples. Show us. All right, I'll give you a little bit and see if they catch on. That's why it's very important to embrace your roots. That's the connecting factor. We see in the reggae music, even though they took that from us as well, basically. Because when you look at reggae music, it's us playing reggae music. But we've taken it to Ethiopia instead of where we are. The drum, same way. I'll show you the drum. You know the drum. The drum, that's us. That's us. We're the drummers. It's in the music. That's all us. You see? We're not Kushites. Hence why it's all part of not loving ourselves. Because even if we get something, we still want to give it away to others. That's always been us. Whatever we have, we want to give it away. And the funniest thing is that we give away what's valuable. And whatever we get back It's always shit. What they give us is shit. It's like they go to Africa and they take biscuits, and then in return, they come back with gold. You see, when you got something, you feel like it's like, hey, you don't see the worth of it. So you give it away because you don't see the worth in yourself. Hence why you give it away. You're not generous. You're not generous at all, because giving away, people are supposed to learn from you. So giving it away is like you're doing the work for them. How are they going to learn from you when you're giving it away? How are they going to learn? How are they going to know if they have gold in their own place if you're giving yours away to them? But we're quick to always give up our valuable stuff, which is a shame, and it's a pity. And we're always quick to say, we are the world, we are the children. That's some dumb shit. It's like when we're speaking of us, we always go, oh, but the white man, and but the white man, but the white. Excuse me? Yo, we need to fix up. We really do need to fix up. Believe me. We got a long way to go, man, because we don't love ourselves, not one bit. And all that, what I call it, facade. Because you're wearing some clothes, you think you got self-love. Because you're driving a car, you think you got self-love. Because you're wearing somebody's hair, you think you got self-love. Because you're bleaching your skin, you think you got self-love. Yo, you need to start thinking again, because you see, it all goes to show that we're vibrating on a low, 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 low vibration. And a man like me, I sound like I'm pompous, I'm arrogant, ignorant, all the names, because my vibration is probably slightly higher. I'm not saying it's that much higher, but because it's slightly, that slight makes a big difference. And I'm not just talking me alone. Everyone who's out here looking and trying to advance, whichever way, because you've realized that the state that you was in before wasn't the right state. So if you're trying to advance, then yes, you'd be looked upon as strange, as in like, yo, your levels, you know what I'm saying? But you're on the right thing because you're subscribing to what's you, who you are. And let them dance around for the master. Because that's all they're doing. They're dancing around for the master. Let them do that. We're here quietly. And Tridiampon Kwame, our supreme deity, is guiding us as we move along. So yeah, listen, everything has its time. And yeah, you want to wake up, it's entirely up to you. You want to stay asleep, it's entirely up to you. This is why I didn't put this the notification in the WhatsApps, because I thought about it and said to myself, nah, yeah, you want people to basically watch your channel, and you know, we can all grow together and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, people have to do work. You can't do everything for them. They have to choose to want to do whatever it is they want to do. So I thought to myself, don't send the link, just go live, because people might, I mean, they will receive notifications, some early, some late. I get it, but you will receive the notification. And if you're interested, you will come along. If not, you can watch it later. We're not here for 10,000 views and all that ism and schism. That does not interest me. What interests me is the growing, because I want to vibe with my people. I want to have a relationship with my people. I want to grow with my people. I don't want the the competition that exists within my people. I don't want the enviness that exists within my people, the low self-esteem that exists within our people. All of these things, I want a brother to see a brother and a sister to see a sister, and electric just happens. It's like together where I'm not saying we gotta be together like yo brother and sister, and no, but your spirit alone lights up. You know what I'm saying? That you say it's like okay, I'll tell you what I mean. When I go home early morning, I come and stand outside the gate, and I'm smoking my spliff, having a cup of tea or coffee or something. And in the morning, you see the kids walking past, going to school. And each and every one of them, without fail, when they walk past me, or anybody for that matter, they greet them. Oh, good morning, sir. And it's like you're standing there. Wow, she saw me. If I was in Babylon now, they walk past you like you're not even there. And that's what I mean. This is the kind of back in the day, you was there. I remember if you're a black kid and you're walking the streets, people will look out for you. Not today. Because we had the connection, we had the spiritual connection. And yo, uh, we had the spiritual connection. And so therefore, you felt safe. Even though there was racism and all those things going on, you felt safe. Not absolute safe, but there was a degree of that safeness, because you knew that a brother will be, if you were attacked and a brother walked past, he's definitely jumping it. Or if somebody was picking on you, anything. You get what I'm saying? I mean, they do it today. I mean, brothers, I mean, today people are waking up. Like I said, there's people on levels of consciousness. And yeah, to a large extent, and I say large extent, people are waking up. So yeah, that's a good thing. But we need to get to that level where we can actually vibrate together without the pettiness and the this and the that and the that. But it's just based on the vibe, being spiritually adept in terms of knowing who you are and knowing your focus. That's all. So yeah, listen, I'm not gonna stay here too long. Ayala didn't come back. I think his mic was kind of playing up. I get it. It's all good. Next time, like I said, I just needed to clear these things up, basically. But it's gonna be open discussion. If people wanna have that discussion, then yeah, we can come on and have the discussion. There's no problem. It's good to talk. And like I said, whether you're in the States or in Africa or in the West Indies or in the UK, anywhere in Europe, doesn't matter, man. We can vibe same way. you know. So yeah, it just depends on you and your spirit, basically. But if your spirit's good, then we'll vibe because we're looking for solutions. You know what I'm saying? When I say solutions, hey, look, I mean, we all know what needs to be done. If we're honest, we all know deep down what needs to be done. So I'm not even going to say, but I mean, yeah, we can inspire each other for that to happen. And so, yeah, that's what the focus should be, inspiring each other on little levels, you know, that we're dealing with each other so that we can start building that trust level within each other and build that back, that spirituality that we've lost, you know. So, yeah, all praise be to the most holy one of my ancestors, the supreme deity, Tridiampon Kwame. We thank you for everything, the sun, the rain, you know, the moon, the food, the whole nine, you know, and yeah, we'll come back soon to you, very soon. We're coming, we're gathering ourselves, and we're coming. So yeah, peace to everyone that watched, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad that I brought this out because, again, we always have to clarify things, and yeah, make sure that everything is being dealt with. So yeah, my peoples, I'm gonna finish it right here. Peace to all of you who obviously watched, and yeah, on to the next. On to the next. Yeah, man. Peace.
I'd like to talk with you this evening about being hungry. Somebody said, I'm hungry.
Money matter, money matter, money on me. Money matter, money matter, money matter. Let's go money. Brown and basil tasty. Sometimes the dreams kiss me. When I tell people what I want, they like the keys, the teeth, they be like, are you crazy? I dream saying, no be say them no gullible. Depend me, I show you never go with the fool. Every day they tell me say it's impossible, but look at the world and they say it's impossible. Nipple plans, nipple plans, nipple plans. And so sick as him too. And so sick as him too. Boys in the attic, boys would take boys in your down south. I call you say sick as him too. Sick as him too. Nipple plans, nipple plans, nipple plans. And so sick as him too. Sick as him too. Boys in the attic, boys would take boys in your down south. I call you say sick as him too. Sick as him too.
East to Max Manning. Respect, man. Go look him up on YouTube. Max Manning. Yes, man.
Focus on the hustle, we don't get time to back chat. We won't come and billions. Man won't come and billions. You see the ghetto where we come from. Nobody believe if we become awesome. Ugly beginning, but we go make the future handsome. We go fly private and pull up on the phantom. Nipple plans, nipple plans, nipple plans. And so sick as empty, sick as empty. Boys in the attic, boys would take boys in your down south. I call you say sick as empty, sick as empty. Nigga, been through hell just to get to heaven. Life is war, something I learned since I was 7. Full of ups and downs. Only that is setting these tell me death without signs, you can't tell me nothing. Working hard off is that you make the media. You are panny dear my fro, now when I never fear. Media yen and I mean huni pebiera seminia. So me for na tremes I have me come busia. Oh, still pushing cause man's cost to labor. Not just the money, we pray for God's favor. Scary how success makes your friends hate ya. Be David to them souls, I can't be a loser. Need you be for me, you come sheni.
Where we from? Yeshani Huni Yanseni. What's the force na ye guy? Nipe bibini. So a brand new price now on to me. Sika sem. Nipo plans. And so sika sem too. Boys any ate, boys would take, boys near dance out. Aqua is a sika sem too. Nipo plans. And so sika sem too. Boys any ate, boys would take, boys near dance out. Aqua is a sika sem too.
My love for you, baby, is brand new. This love I care for you is so true. I'm grateful for the day I met you. My tileo, okay. Ori adeni, ragabumi, ololufemi, but me. I want to console me. The time is right now, no delay. I go love you right now. I go do you right now. See I do that.
Yes, I peace to Luminous.
I go do you right.
Yes, I music. Respect my G. Yes, I check Luminous out on YouTube. Peace.
Oh yeah, girl, now you I want, girl, now you I need, yeah. Oh yeah, na. Girl, now you I want, girl, now you I need, yeah. Today, not today, say me how to celebrate. Yeah, Jamal, together we the elevate. My baby, she too fine. My rain, my sunshine. One of a kind. She the blow up memory identity. Ragabumi. Ololufemi. But in me. Now you I want to console me. The time is right now. No delay. I go love you right now. I go do you right now. See I do that. I go feel it right now. I go love you right now. I go do you right now. See I do that. I go feel it right now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Girl, now you I want. Girl, now you I